I am Dr. S. Anbuselvi. I am going to deliver a lecture on enzyme inhibition. What is the enzymes? The enzymes are the proteins which enhance the rate of reactions or speed up the chemical reactions. So, the inhibitors means certain organic molecules inhibit the enzyme activity. It is called as enzyme inhibition. So, this enzyme inhibition can speed up the enzyme inhibitors slow down or inhibit the enzyme activity. So enzyme inhibitors, there are two types are there. One is called as the normal reaction. Another one is called as inhibitors. So normal reaction, what happened there? The binding of a substrate to an enzyme. The particular site is called as active site. What is active site? Active site is the cleft or crevices found on the surface of an enzyme that it only involved in the binding of the substrate. And the next thing is inhibitors. Inhibitors, the site is other than active site. It inhibits the enzyme activity. It completely blocks the enzyme activity is called as the enzyme inhibitors. Okay, so the inhibitors are the chemicals that reduce the rate of enzymatic reactions. They are usually very specific and they work at a low concentration. They block the enzymes, but they do not usually destroy it. Many drugs and poisons are the inhibitors of the enzymes in the nervous system. Okay, so what is the reaction here? The enzyme binds with the substrate to form enzyme substrate complex in an active site and bring about the formation of the product and the release of the free enzyme. And the next case, inhibitors. The inhibitors, it bind to the site other than active site. It binds and bring about the blocking of enzyme activity or to slow down the enzyme activity. And then what is the enzyme inhibitors? The enzyme inhibitors are the molecules that reduce the catalytic activity of enzymes and reduce the effective enzyme activity or completely blocking of enzyme may cause either the complete death of a cell, either modification of a pathway or block a pathway. So example, why we have to use this? Because the hexokinase enzyme, it is an important enzyme, regulatory enzyme in a glycolytic pathway. This glycolytic pathway gives the more amount of energy in the form of ATP molecules. But in our body, if high concentration of ATP is present, that time the glycolytic pathway does not carry it out. So that time, the high concentration of ATP, it has act as an inhibitor which inhibit the glycolytic pathway through the hexokinase activity. So application oriented like this, drugs also. So drugs, how it can be? The drugs with the cause complete inactivation of enzymes from essential pathways which cause the cell death, and therefore the such drugs can be used as antibiotics. Antibiotics, they block the metabolic pathways through the enzymes binds with the instead of substrate bind with the inhibitors. Classification of enzyme inhibitors. The inhibitors of a suitably selected the target enzyme lead to buildup in the concentration of a substrate and corresponding degrees in the concentration of the metabolites. The important parameters for selecting an enzyme inhibitor, the first one is the biochemical environment of the target enzyme. And the second point, the specificity of the enzyme. And the third point, the time period for which the enzyme is blocked. Okay, biochemical environment means what condition it is present. How much the concentration of enzyme is present in the target area. What the time. And then whether it is needed or not. If that time only the enzyme is present in the active form. The remaining time it is present in the inactive form. And the second one is called as the specificity. So specificity means the binder, the binding site. Okay, the binding site, there are two important roles there. Active site is means the substrate bind. And the inhibitor site means the inhibitor can come and bind. So the specificity of the action. And the third one, the time period, which period the enzyme should be blocked. That the cases, it does indicate the enzyme inhibitors. So enzyme inhibitors is a compound that decreases or diminishes the rate of velocity of the enzyme catalyzed reaction by influencing the binding of a substrate and or its the turnover number. Okay, turnover means number of substrate converted into the product per unit time is called as the turnover. So turnover number is also to be reduced. So the inhibitor, what is inhibitor? The inhibitor may be the organic compound or inorganic nature. So the inhibitors, the example is drugs, antibiotics, toxins, antimetabolites, or the natural products of the enzymatic reactions. Okay, so these the compounds are called as the inhibitors. And the types of enzyme inhibitions. There are two modes or the types of inhibition is there. That is the called as reversible and irreversible. And this reversible, they have to come to that as of a classification, competitive, non-competitive and uncompetitive inhibitors. And irreversible reactions, if you are taken, it is called as the suicide inhibitors. This irreversible type, another one of the important case that is called as allosteric regulatory enzymes. Okay, regulatory enzymes are come under the irreversible reactions. Okay, so what is the type of reactions if you are taken? It is the reversible reaction. So reversible reactions, if you are taken, they have followed the Michaelis-Menten equation and then Lineweaver's plot also, and exhibit the rectangular hyperbolic curve. If you are getting the V plotted against the concentration of the substrate, the rate of reaction is plotted against the substrate, you are getting the hyperbolic curve. But in the case of irreversible reaction or regulatory enzymes, they do not follow the Michaelis-Menten equation. And then Lineweaver's plot also, they exhibit the sigmoidal curve when the rate of reaction is plotted against the substrate. And the second point, the reversible inhibitor dissociate very rapidly from its target enzyme because it becomes very loosely bound with the enzyme. It is not tightly bound with the enzymes. Okay, so that is the main features of this reversible inhibitors. And then here it is coming that irreversible inhibitors can dissociate very slowly from the target enzyme because it becomes very tightly bound with the enzyme site, especially with the test of an active site. So then only it automatically it is inactivate the enzyme molecules. The bond between the inhibitor and the enzyme may be the covalent bond or the non-covalent bond. In the case of this modification, covalent modification or non-covalent modification present in especially type of enzyme, that enzymes are called as regulatory enzymes. Okay, and then third point, that these cases how they have to distinguish means they have to distinguish the catalytic activity. The catalytic activity can be modulated through the non-covalent binding of a specific metabolite at the site on the protein other than catalytic site, that is called as allosteric enzyme. And here the catalytic activity is interconverted between the inactive form and active form by the action of other enzyme by covalent modifications. And then irreversible reactions, if you are distinguished, this inhibition can be not be overcome by increasing the concentration of the substrate. And the second point, whether the inhibitor binds at the active site or at an allosteric site. And the third point, whether the inhibitor binds with the free enzyme only or with the enzyme substrate complex only, or either both, either free enzymes alone or with the test of an enzyme substrate alone. So what is called as, now we are coming to reversible reaction. So reversible reaction means the inhibitor bind to the enzyme reversibly through the weak non-covalent interactions. Okay, so enzyme binds with the substrate to form an enzyme substrate complex. This is the normal reaction. Similarly, here the enzyme combines with the inhibitor to form an enzyme inhibitor complex. Therefore, it is called as equilibrium constant. This reversible inhibitors, depending on the concentration of enzyme, substrate and the inhibitor, it shows the degree of inhibition, which is reached fairly rapidly and remain constant when the initial velocity studies are carried out. And then next thing is we are coming to the reversible inhibitor. There are two types of inhibitors. The first one is called as competitive inhibitors. Competitive means it compete. Okay, so the inhibitor which closely resemble the real substrate. Therefore, it is called as substrate analog. So more commonly used for the drug case. So the inhibitor compete with the substrate and bind at the active site of an enzyme and does not undergo any catalysis or no reaction can be carried out. As long as the competitive inhibitor hold the active site, the enzyme is not available for the substrate to bind. During this reaction, the ES and EI complex are formed. The reactive concentration of substrate and the inhibitor and respective affinity with the enzyme that only determine the degree of the competitive inhibition. And the next point, the inhibition could be overcome by the high substrate concentration. In competitive inhibitor, the Km value is increases, whereas Vmax remain unchanged. What is Km? Km is equal to Michaelis-Menten equation. This case, the Km is equal to substrate means half Vmax. So, but this case, Km value only increases, but the Vmax, the maximum velocity, it has remained unchanged. And then competitive inhibitors, what is its role? When the active site or the catalytic site of an enzyme is occupied by a substrate other than the substrate that of an enzyme, the activity is inhibited. This type of inhibition is known as competitive inhibition. It is a type of reversible inhibition. In this case, both ES and EI complexes are formed during this reaction. However, the actual amount of ES and EI will depend on the three important factors are there. What are they? They are the affinity between the enzyme and the substrate or inhibitor. And the second point, the actual concentration of a substrate and inhibitor present. And the third point, the time of pre-incubation of an enzyme with the substrate or inhibitor. So these three factors only determine the competitive inhibitor activity. And then the next point is what happened to if it increase the concentration of inhibitors. If you increase the concentration of inhibitor, it lowers the rate of enzymatic reaction and the Km value is high and the Vmax is the same in this competitive inhibition. However, when the concentration of substrate is increased, automatically the effect of inhibitor is also be reversed and forcing it out from the EI complex. So the effective concentration of enzyme is reduced, the reaction velocity is completely decreased. In this competitive inhibitor, the inhibitor will be the structural analog of a substrate. That is very, very important in that. Same similar structure, but it inhibits the activity. So that similarly, the three-dimensional structure is between the substrate and inhibitor. If you are taken the example as succinate dehydrogenase reaction. This succinate dehydrogenase reaction is carried out in TCA cycle. Okay, it is blocked by the malonate. Okay, how the reaction can be proceed? Succinate converted to the fumarate and the malonate. See that structure by the conversion is succinate converted to fumarate by the enzyme is called as succinate dehydrogenase. But the structural similarities is called malonate. This malonate is inhibit the succinate dehydrogenase enzyme activity. Okay, so what is the reaction carried out here? The enzyme combined with the substrate, same mechanism proceed to form the product. At the same time, the enzyme combined with the inhibitor to form the EI complex. That is called as the competitive inhibitors. Okay, so this is the competitive inhibitors. What are the clinical importance of this competitive inhibitor means xanthine oxidase. Xanthine oxidase, the substrate is hypoxanthine and the same time the inhibitor is allopurinol, especially for the treatment of the gout. And the next one is called monoamine oxidase. The substrate is catecholamine and the inhibitor is called as ephedrine or amphihetradrine. So for this case, they elevated the catecholamine levels. And the next one is dihydrofolate reductase. So the substrate is called as dihydrofolic acid and the inhibitor is called as aminopterin or methotrexate. Okay, so especially for the treatment of the leukemia and cancers. And the next one is acetylcholine. So acetylcholine esterase, the enzyme is Here is acetylcholine esterase and the substrate is acetylcholine and the inhibitor is the succinylcholine. It is especially clinical use in the surgery case for the muscle relaxation. And then another one, sulfonamide, it is antibiotic. We are using this. It is the substrate is called as a para-aminobenzoic acid, but it is act as an antibiotic. And then vitamin K. So this inhibitor is called dicomoral. It is used as an anticoagulant, blood clotting. So anticoagulant, we are using it. And then pyridoxine. That is called as isonicotinic acid hydrazine. It is especially used for that is of anti-tuberculosis, the drugs. Okay, and the next thing is the competitive inhibitors, a clinical application if you are taken it for the treatment of methanol poisoning, ethanol. Okay, methanol converted into formaldehyde, and then formaldehyde the damaging the many tissues by the enzyme is called as alcohol dehydrogenase. So ethanol competitively effectively with the methanol as an alternate substrate for alcohol dehydrogenase forming the acetaldehyde. This shows the formation of formaldehyde and lessening the danger while the kidneys are filter out the methanol to be excreted harmlessly in the urine. So it is used in the form of drugs. And then allopurinol. So allopurinol also what? It is a structurally resemblant to that is of a hypoxanthine. So hypoxanthine, by competitive inhibition, the drug inhibits the enzyme xanthine oxidase and thus reducing the uric acid formation and preventing the oxidation of hypoxanthine and the treatment of the gout. And the sulfonamides. The sulfonamides, the structural analog of para-aminobenzoic acid, which is essential for synthesis of folic acid by the enzyme action. Folic acid is needed for bacterial growth and survival. It has competitively inhibit the folic acid in bacteria. So what next step is non-competitive inhibitors. Non-competitive inhibitors means what is the normal reaction? Enzyme combined with the substrate to give the form the enzyme substrate complex to give the product and release of free enzyme. But at the same time, here non-competitive means enzyme binds with the inhibitor, EI formation is there, and then the product is formed at a slower rate but not halted. Okay, so either combined with that E or S. Non-competitive inhibitor means most probably the site of attachment of the substrate and inhibitors are different. But that case, instead of active site, the inhibitor go and bind to that. But here, the site is different, totally different is there. This inhibitor bind reversibly with the site on the enzyme other than active site. So automatically, the inhibitor may combine with the free enzyme and then form ES complex also. It is probably bring about the changes in the 3D structure of the enzymes and inactivating it catalytically. So the main thing is the inhibitor bind to the site other than active site. So non-competitive inhibitors, if you are taken, V0 is equal to V max X divided by alpha Km plus alpha dot S. This is a thing. This case, here you can see that is of a either inhibitor bind with the free enzyme or bind with that is of a enzyme substrate complex. And then non-competitive inhibitors, if you are seeing that is of a case, here the automatically what happened, we are having the mixed inhibition hoses. So what is the non-competitive inhibitors are used? The heavy metals such as silver, Ag2+, He2+, lead, Pb2, 2+. Binding with that is of a cysteine SH of the glutamate of an enzyme. And then pepstatin, especially for the enzyme is called pepsin, proteolytic enzyme. And the zoyabine, it is a trypsin inhibitor, it inhibits the trypsin. Ethanol or the narcotic enzyme, the enzyme is acid phosphatase. So ethanol or the narcotic drugs inhibit the acid phosphatase activity. So here, this case, the Km values are unchanged and we do not, I cannot mean inhibitor. Inhibitor do not interfere with the binding of a substrate to the enzyme and the Vmax decreases and then so that automatically the inhibitor cannot be overcome by increasing the concentration of what? Concentration of the substrate. And then non-competitive inhibitors. So this case, the non-competitive inhibitor, the same thing as you see that Here, instead of this active site, the inhibitor go and bind. And the next case, uncompetitive inhibitors. Uncompetitive inhibitors means the inhibitor binds only to the ES complex, not to the free enzyme. The previous case, both the case, it can be bind with the free enzyme or with the enzyme substrate complex. But here, it is bind only to that is of a ES complex. So, inhibitor cause the structural dissolution of the active site. And the enzyme is catalytically, it is inactive. It cannot be reversed. The inhibitor cannot be reversed by increasing the concentration of the substrate, since it does not compete with the substrate for the same binding site. So, example, the inhibition of the placental alkaline phosphatase by the enzyme is called as phenylalanine. Phenylalanine, how it can be inhibited. So, okay. So, the substrate binding site, apart from that, this can be inhibitor can come and bind. Okay. So, here this uncompetitive inhibitor means here you have to see that is of a ES. ES combined with the inhibitor to form that is of a ES site. So, Vmax is decreases and Km is also decreases, and inhibitor have no affinity for the free enzymes. Okay, and then so these are the three modes or the differences between the competitive, non-competitive and uncompetitive. So competitive means in the active site, structurally similar compound is inhibitor come and bind with the enzyme and then form the EI. So that bind only with that and compete with the substrate and increasing the substrate concentration overcome by inhibition. But a second case, non-competitive means the inhibitor come and bind to the site other than the active site, then either bind with the free enzyme or bind with the dust of an enzyme substrate complex. So automatically what happen, increasing the substrate concentration cannot be overcome by the inhibitors. Okay, and then third one is uncompetitive. So uncompetitive means only the inhibitor bind with the ES complex, increasing the substrate, favor the inhibition by the inhibitors. So reversible inhibitors, there are three modes are the competitive, non-competitive and uncompetitive. So the competitive inhibitor bind to the active site and completely block the active site. And then second one is allosteric site. The site other than the active site, it is called allosteric site. And the third one is inhibitor bind only to that is of a ES complex. Okay, and then irreversible reactions. So in terms of irreversible reaction means the enzyme combined with the substrate to form an enzyme substrate complex to form a product. This is the normal. But irreversible reaction, it cannot be written back the free enzyme. So here this case, Vmax is decreased and Km value is no change at all. And then here, this is a different chemical component, especially used in the form of drugs. Okay, that act as a enzyme inhibitors. So many therapeutic uses, the drugs can be used in that. Example, disulfiram is a treatment for alcoholism, and cyanide, it is inhibit the respiratory system, and then fluoride inhibit the glycolytic pathway, and then malathion, that is pesticides, organophosphorus insecticide, and then D-isopropyl fluorophosphate, the nerve gas, and then British anti-levisate, antidote for the heavy metal poisoning. So most of the treatments are come under the cases of the irreversible enzyme inhibition, the suicide inhibition. The special type of the form of the irreversible inhibition is called as suicidal inhibition. It is also a mechanism-based inactivation, and inhibition make the use of enzymes own reaction mechanism to inactivate it. So it is also inhibitor, structural analog. It can be converted to more effective inhibitor with the help of the free enzyme to be inhibited. And E is literally commit as a called as suicide. So they usually the normal enzymatic reaction mechanism to inactivate the enzyme. Okay, so these cases also the most of the drugs it can be used. Allopurinol, it is a target enzyme is called as xanthine oxidase. Treatment is gout. And then aspirin, the normal analgesic drugs, you have used that. That is called as the target enzyme is called as cyclooxygenase. So what it is activate? It activate the serine residues in the active center of the cyclooxygenase. Cyclooxygenase, it is the block So automatically it is called as non-steroidal anti-inflammatory drug. And then next thing is a 5-fluorouracil. That case cancer they especially use in that. And then difluoromethyl ornithine. That is ornithine dicarboxylase enzyme is completely blocked. So automatically trypanososis, sleeping sickness, that cases it can be thus used in that. So these are the different as the modes are the types of the enzyme inhibition. It has inhibit the enzyme activity. So the main important as the role is next thing is regulatory enzymes. And the regulatory enzyme means allosteric enzymes. Allosteric enzymes means some enzyme possess the additional site other than active site is called as allosteric enzyme. The site is called as allosteric enzymes. Allosteric inhibitions, some enzymes possess the additional site other than active site are called as allosteric site or allosteric enzymes. So these enzymes are unique site present on the protein molecules. So what is allosteric means that effectors. Okay, allosteric, the effectors. So allosteric effector means the substance that bind to the allosteric site and regulate the enzyme activity. There are two modes are there. What are they? They are called as positive allosteric effectors. So here, this case, the enzyme activity is increased. And the negative allosteric effector means the enzyme activity is decreased. So the allosteric enzymes, it shows the sigmoidal, the curve. Okay, so the main activity is it is induce the enzyme activity and regulate the activity. So regulate the enzyme activity by means of this activity source. So the regulator, okay, so the regulator on and off, and then whenever the enzyme is remain, that time it is active. Remaining time it is present in the inactive form. Okay, so this is the main way the allosteric enzymes involved in the many metabolic pathways, glycolytic pathways, or that is of a normal biochemical pathways. All the pathways, one or two enzymes, it is involved in the allosteric enzyme activity. Okay, so this allosteric enzyme activity, it induces the pathway, whether that condition need, that time it is on. Remaining times it is present on off. Okay, so this is the main way it proceed that. Okay, and then next case, we have to see that this activity by means of this diagram. So here you have to see that active site and the enzymes. And apart from that, one more site that is called as allosteric site. And this allosteric site, there are two things are the inhibitors and effectors. So allosteric inhibitor, if it is bind, then automatically the enzyme is what happened? It is inactivated. And the second one that is called as allosteric inhibitors. So, and the second one is the active site is completely disordered, and then activation and the inducer. It is inducer, the glucose molecules, it is act as the inducer, and then for a hexokinase, the hexokinase inhibitor is ATP and the inducer is glucose molecules. So glucose molecule is there, automatically the hexokinase is activated. So the allosteric activator is glucose. That time it is bind to the site other than active site. It is called as the allosteric activator. And this allosteric activator, it induces the enzyme activity. And then what is it? It just shows the inhibitor is not a substrate analog. It is not a substrate analog. It is a similar to that is of a substrate. It is not. It is a partially the reversible. When the excess substrate is added, that time it is the partially reversible. And that case, the Km value is usually increased and the Vmax value is reduced. When the inhibitor, the bind to the allosteric site, the configuration of the catalytic activity such as can be completely that cannot bind properly. So that cases, the allosteric enzymes, it have the two important sites. One is called as active site, it proceeds the enzyme activity, and other than one site is called as a inhibitor site or inducer site. And inducer means the glucose molecules and inhibitor is the ATP molecule. The best example for this allosteric enzyme is hexokinase. It is the most important enzymes in the present in the glycolytic pathway. So finally, I come to the conclusion that all the enzymes It accelerates the rate of reactions and proceed in a biochemical pathway. But at the same time, the reactions it have to be regulated by means of the inhibitors. So there are different modes of inhibitors that are called as reversible inhibitors and irreversible inhibitors. Reversible means they have the competitive, non-competitive and uncompetitive inhibitors are there. So these inhibitors also it inhibits the enzyme activity and bring about the biochemical pathways in a normal scheduled mechanism. And another one is called as allosteric, irreversible enzymatic inhibition. This irreversible enzyme inhibition, allosteric enzymes. Allosteric means it is a regulator on and off. Whenever you want, that time it is on. That remaining time, the enzyme is present in the inactive form. How it can be regulated? By the means of the inducer or inhibitor. If the inducer is present means the enzyme is proceed in a faster manner. At the same time, the inhibitor is present means it inhibits the enzyme activity. So the both inducer and inhibitors are present there, and where it is present, it is the bind to the site other than active site. It is called as the inhibitors. So these inhibitors, they regulate the enzyme activity and bring about the